Hi, welcome back to Burning River Bushcraft. Sometimes things just work out the way they should. We had a snowstorm come in last night. I'm off today, and in the mail I just got the new wool Anorak from Campcraft. This thing is something I've been waiting for. This is kind of a unique design. It actually has a removable cape to it. So it's still got the hood. It's got a kangaroo pocket. Very, very versatile, and I've been waiting for it for a long time, and thank God I didn't get it when it's 50 degrees out like it was just a few days ago. We had a cold snap come in. It's 23 degrees today. So as soon as this thing came in the mail, I opened it up, came outside, and hit the woods. So this is not going to be a full review by any means, but just first impressions and let you guys get a look at it. So it's 22 degrees here today, and I've got the double layer wool Anorak on. I've got a wool sweater underneath it, base layer, then just Carhartt pants, the base layer. I'm kind of sweating right now. That's because I'm overdressed for the activity level that I'm doing right now. I hiked out to the woods, working on some other videos today, so I had to get a fire going, so I was farting around, going through the thick brush, carrying limbs out, and I'm definitely worked up a sweat. So the length on this Anorak is, for me, I'm 6 foot tall, kind of have long arms, so things don't always fit me real well. I have to wear a 2X in certain things. This length is great. The sweater I've got under here is actually a 2X, so if that gives you any idea. And it's a bulky Cabela sweater with that wind blocking liner in it. So those are a bulkier sweater anyway. Plenty of room in the arms, which is always my concern when I'm looking at garments. The length of it is, like I said, just curled my fingers and that's it. No, I don't have a belt knife on today. I'm wearing a neck knife. If you had a high belt knife, it would be completely covered by the knife. If you had a dangler or something like that, you would have access to it. There's a shock cord on the bottom, so you can batten the hatches in the bad wind. Originally, I started building this fire out in the open field, and the wind was just horrific. It cut right through this Anorak, it cut through my pants, and it was so windy I was going to have to scrap the footage anyway. So I got into the woods, and now that I got this fire going and I'm out of the direct wind, I am absolutely overdressed for this. So personally, I love wearing a heavy wool outer garment when I'm out in the woods. It's nice and quiet. If you got the right color, it blends in to the woods. And it's breathable, so when you're overworking yourself, you don't have trapped sweat. It just kind of evaporates through the fabric. This is going to be similar to some of the other ones I've got. I've got an Empire Woolen Canvas wool blanket shirt, as well as a Leicester River Bushcraft. This is very similar to the Leicester River Anorak with a few different changes. It does have a full kangaroo pocket all the way through, and right here in the middle there's a slot for your cell phone. That's one of the handiest things of the Leicester River, and I truly do love my Leicester River Bushcraft. This is not a replacement for that item. This is a different type of garment, fits in a different niche, and I think it's going to be a little more versatile in the long run. So I've covered the length. We've got the drawstring cord, the pass-through kangaroo pocket with the organizer pocket inside. Also, it's got a nice big hood. This is absolutely mandatory. My Empire Woolen Canvas wool blanket shirt does not have a hood on it, and that is a completely different garment. Being able to raise your hood like this, it raises your personal climate, so you've created a microclimate around your head. But the primary thing you're gaining with a hood like this, especially in these conditions, is I have to go through a lot of thick brush around here, and the limbs and the vines and stuff will catch snow in it. So as I'm crawling through and trying to get through game trails, checking traps and such, I'm constantly having snow fall down on my neck. So with a big oversized hood like this, everything's just going to come right off. But it's a nice size hood, and if you notice, the hood itself is attached to a removable cape. It comes all the way down to the sleeve. I've got 2 layers of sleeves on. So in reality, this is a fairly light wool. This is not a winter weight wool. This is like a 3-season wool, I would say. I know Jason Hunt did a review on this, and he said it would be a 3-season, meaning you couldn't use it in the summer. I could see some June months getting cold enough where you have to put a sweatshirt on. A thin wool like this is going to be comparable to that. Over my core, over my shoulders, around my neck, I've got a double layer. So this is similar to the Nesmith concept of I'd rather have 2 thin wool blankets than 1 thick wool blanket for the versatility. There are times that I wear my Leicester River Anorak when it's too hot for it, just because I like it so much. So I'll have just a t-shirt or a light shirt on underneath it with my heavy wool Anorak on over it, and then when I overheat, I don't really have a fallback. To regulate my temperature, the cape on this, you see, is separate than the collar. So the collar itself has a zipper. And you can zip it up where you can really tuck yourself in. So, a situation like this, you're really eliminating the need to have a scarf, a separate scarf, when you're in directly wind or in a stand of some type. You can really batten the hatches, tuck down, and stay warm. So you have a couple different ways to regulate your temperature with something like this. The cape itself buttons in. Let's see here. So I can undo a couple buttons on the cape, and that gives me 1 layer of vent. I can unzip. Now I can open up even more. A season change, or I know I'm going to be doing a lot of work, or I'm caught in a light snow or a light rain and this is starting to get a little bit damp. I can take this cape off. So this is similar to a Filson double Mackinac, but the Filson is non-removable. So now I can take this, dry it over the fire, regulate. If it's not that cold out, I can wear just the simple pullover, which is closer to a lightweight wool blanket shirt, and then keep this in my pack. As soon as I took this off, I can feel the wind coming around my neck and coming around my shoulders. It's night and day difference when you've got this thing on. Also, kind of an extra feature to this. This is a lot less, I would just say, woodsy looking. Sometimes I don't particularly want to look like a mountain man, and this looks just like a zip-up wool pullover. You know, I kind of like that fact I can dress it up, dress it down. This would be something, if you were in a situation where you didn't really want to raise attention to yourself, this is it. This, you could be sitting at a soccer game, late season football game, and really not raising any questions. I like it. So down on the bottom corner, it does have the Campcraft logo. So there's a ton of different colors available. This is kind of the more subdued color. Blends in pretty well, especially late season. I really like the OD green, the army green blankets of the Leicester River, but this time of year when you would be wearing a heavy anorak like that, there's really not much green that you're going to be matching with. So a light brown like this, you're a lot closer to a deer, and we all know how hard it is to see deer in the woods when they don't want to be seen. Alright, so when it's time to bundle up, say you stop moving for a little bit, you're taking a break, the sun's starting to set, whatever the case is, you want to don the second layer to this. It simply just slides right on. No buttons or snaps or nothing like some of those convertible coats that they have. And I would say it's a pretty good habit to keep one or two of these buttons snapped just to keep it on, because this wood, there's really nothing holding on except for these buttons. And you're ready to rock. So this is just a brief overview of this. This is by no means a full review. Luckily, we're getting it just as we're getting the cold weather around here. So I'll be able to put some real dirt time into this thing. I've had it out for about 3 hours so far today. And, you know, it's as advertised. It's pretty badass. Like the looks of it. Love the function. The main thing I'm seeing with this is I just took one of my favorite garments, the wool anorak, and I've stretched it into at least late spring and early fall, just when it's starting to get where you need a jacket or a light layer. This super versatile garment like this with the removable cape is something that I really don't think is out there. This is a unique garment that fits a unique bill. Till next time, this has been Jamie Boggs with Burning River Bushcraft. See you next time.